Hello everyone, welcome to this episode of Achai Uncensored. I'm Achai, your usual host. Today we are diving into a significant event that's impacting many of us here in Uganda. The closure of the Karuma Bridge. This bridge has been a vital link for our communities, and its closure is bound to have far-reaching effects. So let's explore why this is happening and what it means for all of us. Before we get started, I want to thank all of you for tuning in, and your support means a lot. And I encourage you to share your thoughts and experiences, subscribe to our channel, and get to us those comments on the comment section. And let's make this conversation, of course, most useful. Of course, to start off, let's talk about the basics. Where the Uganda National Road Authority, that's UNRA, announced the full closure of Karuma on 23rd September 2024. This closure was necessary for essential repairs due to the structural defects that have been identified, including worn out bearings and decks. Then the repairs are expected to take approximately 3 months. That is now we can say from October, November to December. So this is really a long way forward for the people of northern Uganda. Of course, the repairs during this period, several alternative routes have been provided to ensure that transport can continue with minimal disruption. Now, you might be wondering why this is happening. Well, the Karuma Bridge has been showing signs of wear and tear for some time. Regular inspections were revealed that the structural integrity of the bridge was compromised, posing a risk to thousands of vehicles. Of course, you all know the number of vehicles that move at Karuma Bridge, carrying tons and tons of goods. Then you know the buses that are be transporting people from the different parts of the central region to northern Uganda. So this creates a very big risk to our travelers and the pedestrians. But then, safety is the top priority. And while the closure is very inconvenient, it's a necessary step to ensure that the long-term usability of the bridge is maintained. But this can only be done through repairing the wear and the tears that are on the decks. Now, let's take a step back. Looking at the historical significance of the bridge, this bridge has been more than just a physical structure. It's been a lifeline for many communities. It was built in 1963. I can say now it is 61 years old. So it has facilitated trade, travel, and cultural exchange between different regions of Uganda. Now, over the years, if you are to look through over the years, the bridge has seen countless vehicles, pedestrians cross its spans, making it an integral part of our natural structure. That's basically the national infrastructure. That's what we can talk about. But then we have to look at that. The Karuma Bridge is not just a piece of engineering. It's a symbol of connectivity. What I mean by a symbol of connectivity, it's something that brings Ugandans together. It's something that connects northern Uganda to the central part of Uganda. It's something that connects different countries in the northern part of Uganda to the central part of Uganda. That's our capital city. But then we have to look at where the Karuma Bridge has played a very crucial role in the economic development of the region, enabling movement of goods and people. For many, it's been a landmark that holds memories of journeys taken and milestones achieved. So its closure is therefore not just a logistical issue, but an emotional one as well. That it affects people differently and at different paces. I think that's basically what we can say about the historical background of Karuma. It being 61 years old, I think its closure, as I've stated, that it's emotional, but it is worth it because this is something that is 61 years old. So after looking at the historical aspects, a number of MPs, of course from northern Uganda, have been having mixed feelings, claiming that the government is trying to make it a political game. Why close Karuma Bridge and charge high taxes. What I mean, high fees on the alternative routes that you give. Yet they claim that as well, the Karuma Bridge, part of it, where there has been a construction, where they were constructing the hydro dam, there's another bridge there. Why can they allow people access it? Of course, in the past weeks, you have been seeing different members of parliament. Of course, recently, just this Monday, we saw Honorable Gilbert Olanya and Honorable Fred moving barefoot at the Tangi Gate, trying to protest the fees that are being exposed on travelers through the Massation Falls. That's basically for travelers from the central region are going to Gulu, West Nile, and the rest. Now, let us have a look at the video of what really happened at the Tangi Gate.
Whether they allow it or not, our people must access their constituencies and their business places easily.
I'd like to appreciate you. And I see you coming this morning on barefoot. I don't know where you left your shoes.
No, because I didn't have time to put on shoes. The officers were threatening me even before I reached the gate.
Yeah, you know, this matter is very serious. Therefore, all members of parliament from northern Uganda, West Nile, Acholi, and Lango, about 120 members of parliament, we shall be here today.
Of course, we cannot forget, I cannot make that mistake of not bringing for you Honorable Rose's demand for the opening of Massation Falls Gate without any fees, claiming that other national parks are being accessed by travelers without any fees, citing or telling us about Queen Elizabeth, for the people that go to Kasese. They access the park without any fees. Let's get let's have a look at the video as well, where she was complaining at the gate with the same Gilbert Olanya. They have been on the front line for this.
We are not paying. You are not
we are sending you here to come and penalize us. We are not going to accept. Open this gate for us.
So we are not going to pay for Reba and Reba. This
they elected us so that they can use the road. Are we the ones who have closed that place?
I know, Lake Guru is not being paid.
We want to use our road or
so you open
here. You open this road.
You cannot fool us.
You cannot fool us like this.
So
you are going to open this road or you lose your jobs. Why is the minister not doing that? We have no money down here. We want to close.
From Monday, they will not pay here. I know, and for us, I go. No, we stop that. Yeah, we don't know nonsense.
We told Parliament we shall be driving here for free. Everybody must go for free until that 3 months is done. We don't care about this.
We don't know nonsense.
When the money collected here is being stolen everything. Who is Chief Warden? Chief Warden is more important than Parliament, right? He's more important than us. Who pays his salary? We have been calling him. His phone is here. I called him the whole day. Who does he think he is?
Now, after us accessing that video for Honorable Olanya, Gilbert Olanya, that's a member of parliament from northern Uganda, and Honorable Rose and Honorable Fred, it is prudent that this closure of the Karuma Bridge is greatly affecting us. Now, let us get into the impacts of the closure. Now, the closure of the Karuma Bridge is not just a logistical issue that, as I said before, it has real impacts on people's lives. Now, let us take an example of the local communities that stay within the area of the closure where the bridge is located. Now, for the local communities, this bridge is a crucial link to markets, schools, healthcare facilities, businesses that rely on the bridge for transporting goods are facing increased costs and delays. Others are having to take long alternative routes, which adds to their travel time and expenses. As I told you before, it is. They say that from approximately from Kampala to Gulu, it's at 70,000. That is because of the increased fees that is paid at the falls, at the Massation National Falls Game Park when you traverse through it. Then there's also a speed limit that has been given by the travelers. Then there's also that issue of the time where travelers have to travel between 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So meaning that night travels are really Night travels are something that is really closed up for travelers. Yet this has been something that has been happening. But it's also a challenging situation, and it's important to acknowledge the resilience of those affected. Now, let's consider the daily life of commuters who use the bridge. And now, imagine having to leave home an hour earlier to get to work or to school on time. The extra travel time means less time with family, more fuel costs, and increased stress. What we mean by increased stress is real stress, because you have to get early enough to catch up the early one. For example, the impact on the businesses is even more significant. Delays in transporting goods. Because the Bus Owners Association, that's the chairman of the Bus Owners Association, are saying that when they're transporting goods from Kampala to Gulu used to be 7 hours, but now it is 9 hours. Let's imagine that 9 hours transporting goods from the central region to the northern part of Uganda. Now, if these are perishable goods or goods that can be easily spoiled, or let me say examples, tomatoes, things that ripen on the way, they causes a lot of financial implications, of course. So the ripple effect of the bridge and this closure is far wide. Now let us go to the issue of the healthcare. We have pregnant mothers, pregnant mothers in Oyam that need to have access to hospitals in Gulu or northern parts of Uganda. They are exposed to different risks because pregnant mothers have, what I can say, that they need more of medical support than anyone. So this greatly affects them. Then also have the elderly people that really need medical support. So I think, as I told you earlier, the closure is just emotional distress. It's just a lot and causes a lot of impacts to us. Then we have to look at schools. Of course, children are lucky enough. Some children that travel from northern Uganda to Kampala and traveled before the closure. But then we have the students that commute long distances within the Karuma area. Some that study in Gulu, some that study in areas like Kriandongo, some that study in areas like Nakasongola. All those people are being affected because they commute on a daily. Now let's imagine that stress that a child would have to move very early in the morning to go and access these facilities or to access prudent education. I think the government should look at this issue with, I don't know how I should state it, but should look at this issue with something that it is a priority. Unless they open the other option, it is really a stress to the nation. After looking at the closure of the bridge and its impacts, UNRWA came up with different and several alternative routes to mitigate the impact of the closure. Now, for example, traveling from Kampala to Gulu and West Nile, the recommended route, it is through Luero, Kafu, Masindi, and Para, that is through the Masishon Falls National Park. Then the travelers from Lera can use the Apache route via the Masindi Port Ferry. Of course, I've had a very, very bad experience over that the port ferry, whereby you have to come and sleep at the port with mosquitoes biting you and all that. Before you take risks and you take that route, don't travel at night because it's really a bad experience for that. Then for those heading to West Nile, the road through the National Falls, Masishon National Falls Park, has also been provided as an option, though it comes with certain conditions. As I told you, the conditions are you have to pay tax, you have to pay the road fees, that is 25,000 for you to go through the falls. Then the time to traverse through, there's a speed limit which is 40 kilometers per hour. That alone causes a lot of unrest that I just don't know I could even explain it. Then while these routes are longer, it may be less convenient. They are essential for maintaining connectivity during just the repair of the period. So it is very, very important, very, very important to plan your journey in advance and allow extra time for travel, because you should be ready for this stress. Then, for the business owners, of course, coordinating your supplies from Kampala to Gulu, from Lira to Kampala, West Nile to Kampala, to manage these expectations and minimize disruptions. For those using the public transport, stay informed about any changes in the schedules or routes. The key is to stay flexible and patient during this period. You have to just stay flexible, be patient enough, and I can't say that you should just suffer with it, but we have to just abide. But then we call upon the government to stop these issues of the tax fees, the charges. Then we call upon the leaders to come up and tell us why are they charging us these heavy fees through traversing the park. Yet they are giving us an alternative route. Of course, as Gilbert Olanya said, that if you cannot open for us the road free, carry your animals, move with them, allow us to use our line. I think that's a viable solution, because if you are to keep looking and accepting nonsense to happen in our country, then who are we? Who are we as citizens? It's also important. Yeah, we have to accept the fact that it's inconvenient. We have to accept the fact it's inconvenient for us. But then we have to look at its importance at the long-term benefits. Now, the repairs are being carried out to ensure that the bridge remains safe and functional for many years. As I told you earlier, this bridge has been in place for 61 years. So I guess you understand that, 61 years. Then investing infrastructure in maintenance is crucial for the sustainable development of our country. Of course, once we have a stable infrastructure, good bridge, of course, our economy will increase. The transporting of the goods will, from the central region to the northern region, from the northern region to the to Kampala side, of course, that will give us a 50-50 benefit. That is a long-term benefit. So once the repairs are complete, we can look forward to more and reliable, efficient bridge that will continue to serve our communities. In the long run, these repairs could pave also the way for further improvements and upgrades to our transportation network. A well-maintained infrastructure is essential for economic growth. Of course, I told you that earlier. We have to ensure that our economic growth is sustainable, and this will benefit our future generations as well. The closure of the Karuma Bridge is a significant event with wide-ranging importance of maintaining our infrastructure and the resilience of our communities in the race of challenges. I encourage you all to share your thoughts, experiences related to this closure, how it has affected you, what solutions do you think can help. Let's keep the conversation going in the comment section. Let's keep the conversation going in the comment section and on all the social media pages. Thank you for tuning in today's episode of Achai Uncensored. Stay informed, stay connected. Till next Wednesday, take care. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Those that haven't subscribed, click on that button and subscribe.